Hello viewers, this is Laria. Welcome back to my playthrough of Dragon Quest IX Sentinels of the Starry Skies. Oh, it's no use, I don't understand a word of it. I'll have to rely on his help after all. I have no choice. I must do something before any more people suffer needlessly. Oh, I beg your pardon. I didn't realize I had a guest. I'm Mayor Laria. May I assist you with something? You're concerned about what's going on here in Coffinwell? Very well. I'll tell you all I know. I'm sure you're already aware that Coffinwell has been hit by a contagious disease. The fact is, the very same disease attacked the town a century ago. I started looking through the ancient manuscripts for a solution, but I'm afraid I barely understood a word. I won't be beaten, though. I passed them on to Fleming in the hope that he might be able to make some sense of them. I imagine it won't be long before he turns something up, but I'm afraid I'm rather loath to go and ask him in person. Of course. You care about what's been going on here, don't you? In that case, perhaps you could pop along to Fleming's place for me and see how he's getting on. His house is just to the west of my mansion. Sorry to trouble you, but I really would appreciate it if you paid him a visit. All right, Mr. Mayor. Anyway, we're here in Coffinwell, and it seems that some of the inhabitants aren't faring too well. Sounds like there's some sort of contagious disease going around. And this is Fleming's house. Oops, sorry, I must have dozed off. I seem to be doing that an awful lot lately. That sounds suspicious. Oh, ahem, are you looking for my Phlegmy by any chance? You call him Phlegmy? Oops, I mean Dr. Fleming, my husband. Eek, husband, I feel all silly calling him that. Do excuse my waffling. I'm afraid Flemy's at work now in his laboratory. Really? The mayor asked you to go and see him, did he? Well, in that case, I'll go along with you and let you into the laboratory. Flemy's a bit shy around strangers, you see. Oops, where are my manners? I haven't introduced myself, have I? I'm Flemy's wife, Catarrhina. That's not the best spelling of Catarrhina. I'll go on ahead. Yes, those are not the nicest spellings of Catarrhina and Fleming. I can't believe Daddy would ask a stranger to visit Phlegmy. Does he really find him that hard to talk to? Cough, cough. You need to get that cough looked at. Oh, you're here already. I'll get him to open up then. Catarrhina, is that you? What are you doing here at this hour? Sorry to disturb you, Phlegmy. You have a visitor. Daddy sent a messenger to find out how you're getting on with deciphering the old manuscripts. Humph. Well, I suppose you'd better come in, then. Okay. There's a book called Beginner's Alchemy. These are the first recipes for any fledgling alchemist. Particular focus should be placed on Hephaestus Flame and Aggressence. And we get recipes Lunaria for Lunaria, Magic Water, Mystifying Mixture, Hephaestus Flame and Aggressence. No books of interest here. A book called Cat'll Do Nicely. Kitty litter is a key ingredient in many cat-based recipes. Get hold of some and go wild with the alchemy pot. A Feline Fan, Catty Shield, Catty Shield, and cat ears. Of curses and contagions. That seems relevant. A contagion that shows no sign of improvement under any form of treatment may well be a curse. Curses can and do exist, and medical practitioners should keep a vigilant eye out for their occurrence. A book called Cheeky Battle Tips. When facing a fellow you're none too fond of, brandishing your behind's a guaranteed way to get their goat. The cheek of it'll have 'em raving so mad, their battle tactics will go right down the pan, you mark my words. Give it a go if you don't believe me. A little bit of rear-end wriggling's a surefire way to start a fight in your favor. And we learn a new party trick. We can now provoke people. How provocative. Oh dear, it's all in such a terrible mess. When I try to tidy up, I'm afraid I get very irritated. Silly of me, isn't it? I have 1,000,001 things to do at the moment, but I suppose a messenger from father-in-law takes precedence. So, what can that's right, you've come to find out how I'm getting on with those manuscripts, haven't you? You're forgetting something, Phlegmy. You haven't introduced yourself yet. I don't see how that matters. Silly, time-consuming formality, in my opinion. Oh, very well, pleased to meet you. The name's Dr. Fleming. I study archaeology and the like. Nice to meet you, Doc. And you are? Herot? Well, I'll try to remember your name, but I can't guarantee I'll be successful. Anyway, never mind that. I think I found a clue in the old manuscripts as to the nature of the illness that's been going round. Oh, Phlegmy, I knew you could do it. Around 100 years ago, some old ruins were discovered to the west of town. The people who discovered them rather rashly decided it would be a good idea to venture inside. Little did they know that terrible misfortune lay in wait in the form of a deadly contagion. It's this contagion that lies behind our current epidemic. According to the manuscripts, it's actually more accurate to refer to it as a curse than a disease. The townspeople were able to break the curse by sealing the contagion away in the ruins and blocking up the entrance. But for some reason the disease has managed to escape again. It's possible that the recent earthquake may have caused some damage to the seal that was keeping it contained. So all we have to do is go to the shrine and seal it away again. Indeed, although it's not quite as simple as it sounds, I'm probably the only one who'd be able to do it, in fact. Ooh, so you're going to fix the seal and save us all, Phlegmy? Well, I suppose it couldn't hurt. It might even encourage your father to finally think me worthy of you. It would also be a good opportunity for me to explore the ruins, so I'm certainly not averse to the idea. The only problem is that monster activity there is reportedly rather heavy, and I don't want to get hurt. My theory is that the recent earthquake caused damage to the shrine west of here, and that's what released the contagion. The earthquake again, huh? I'm sure I could seal the contagion up again, but the shrine is just too dangerous for me to go to alone. I'd dearly love to visit the ruins for research purposes too, but there's no sense in me going all the way there and getting hurt. Well, perhaps you could report back to the mayor, and tell him what you've learned. Now we know what's causing the disease. That's a huge step forward. You really are amazing, Phlegmy. Oh, Phlegmy. Oh, cough, cough. Sorry, I must have got something caught in my throat in all the excitement. I don't think you're well, Catarrhina. You should not be running around. So let's go back and report to Mayor Laria. I was wondering where you'd got to, so what did you find out? Goodness, the disease is being caused by some kind of contagious curse? And the way to contain it is to fix some kind of seal in the shrine to the west of town? And you say that Fleming is the only one capable of this? Very well, the situation is clear to me now. Well, you look like you can take care of yourself fairly well. I don't suppose I could interest you in going along with Fleming. Safety in numbers and all that. Well, sure. If he thinks that the shrine is hazardous, then I'm sure he'd appreciate a bodyguard. Naturally, I'd make it worth your while. What do you say? Sure thing, Mayor. You'll do it. Excellent, excellent. Much obliged and all that. Well, we'd better not waste any time. Take this key to Fleming, won't you? So, we get the Quarantum key. That's the key to the shrine to the west of town. You should be able to open it up with that. Sealing away a deadly disease is the perfect way to help people. Imagine how grateful they'll all be if we succeed. We'll have barnloads of benevolence. You'll be a fully fledged Celestian again in the wink of an eye. and I'll finally be able to get rid of you. Hope springs eternal, anyway. So let's go back to Fleming's lab. What's that key you've got there? We give the quarantine key to Dr. Fleming. Really? Father-in-law has asked you to be my bodyguard? Goodness, he did that for you? So he's managed to rope you into helping out, has he? I suppose I have no choice then. I'd better go, hadn't I? I don't want the old man to think I'm all mouth and no trousers. I'm not sure it's quite like that, Phlegmy. There's no time to stand about discussing the whys and wherefores. I need to leave for the shrine right away. It's off to the west of town. I'm heading there now. Don't keep me waiting. Alright, Dr. Phlegmy. We will be along soon. Before we head out, I think I will rest up at the inn. And we shall stay the night for 20 coins. Thank you, ma'am. And before we set out to the next hazardous place, it might be a good idea to visit the church, a book called All About the Almighty. High, high above the sky, further than the eye can see, lives a very important person called the Almighty. He is always looking down on everyone from his home above the clouds. Dear guardian, why do you test us so? I beg your pardon, traveler. I do not wish to burden you with my worries. Now let's see. Yes, take our confession. And in the next episode, we shall head to the west and explore the next dungeon, the Quarantum. See if we can take care of the source of the contagion. This is Archaeologist. I would like to thank you for watching, and I will see you again next time.